Hi guys, it's me again, Lyn from Lyn-RealLife. You can follow me on Facebook, Lyn. You can follow me on Instagram, Lyn-RealLife, YouTube, Lyn-RealLife, Twitter, Lyn-RealLife, or you can also catch me on Instagram on my real name, Linda Ampadu. I'm here today to talk about a topic that I've already treated in my local language, and a lot of our loved ones who don't speak my local language or understand my local language have been inboxing us that I treat the same topic because they really want to know what I was on about, that I treat the same topic but then in English. So that's what I'm here for today. I'm going to talk about marriages, Africans that have traveled from Africa to Europe or to abroad, worldwide. I'm going to talk about marriages between African couples, so Africans that came from Africa to abroad that are married, and then alongside the marriage will collapse or the marriage collapses. That's the topic I'm going to talk about. So today my accessories as usual is coming from Agnes Fashion in Milton Keynes Open Market, aka Mamitiwa, aka Jewelry Mechanic. My fabric is coming from Mr. and Mrs. Tamaklo, Milton Keynes Open Market, and it is made by Oyibi Couture. Yes, my designer, when you mentioning his name, you've got to add a bit of attitude to it. Oyibi Couture. And he is based in Accra. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you all very much. So today I'm here to talk about marriages between African people abroad. So what was I saying in my previous video that I did in my local language? The reason I did that video in my local language because I found it to be a bit sensitive, but hey, I have got to do it in English so everybody can literally understand and also take whatsoever advice from that video or from today's video. So what I spoke about was about couples, African couples based abroad. A lot of the times we realize that a lot of women are being bullied in marriages or after the marriage has collapsed. And why would I say a lot of women? Because myself, I'm a woman and I've been a victim, And what is it that a lot of women go through in their marriages or after the divorce? Now, I am going to talk for women because I am a woman, So I will talk for the women. But that doesn't mean that some women are not bullying men in their marriages, So wherever you are watching this video or wherever you will get to watch this video, whether you are a man or a woman and you fit in, join in, So try and put yourself into whosoever shoes that you think would fit your story, I hope I'm making sense and I hope I'm communicating. So what it is that today I'm going to be the woman in that marriage or be the woman after the marriage, or let's say after the marriage collapsed, So this lady inboxed me and gave me a whole essay about her life story and the years she was married to her ex-husband and the children they have and what exactly she's going through even after the divorce. So I am going to talk for this woman because I'm a woman, and trust me, if it was a man who brought this issue, yes, I would have put myself in that man's shoes and spoke on his behalf. But like I said earlier on, because I'm a woman, let me use women and treat this topic so it will be a bit easier for me and a bit more clearer. So a lot of the times we realize that in African marriages, women are being bullied. I believe most of you who will be watching this video will agree with me, or will agree to what I'm saying. A lot of times, women or African women in marriages, like an African woman that met an African man, yeah, and you know, they got married, settled down, kids, whatever. These women are being bullied in their marriages a lot of the times. I mean, if you've got 100 of the African marriages, you get maybe 90 women that are being bullied and only 10 men that are being bullied. So it is mostly the women that are mostly being bullied in these marriages. Why am I saying that? So men, African men abroad, yeah. So this lady met a man abroad, and the man was illegal. He never had his papers, yeah. He never had his right to remain wherever they used to live. So what happened was, the lady had it and she married her husband. They have kids, so he could remain in the country that they live in. What happened? Whatever happened in the marriage, the man used to bully her, like torture her. The man used to beat her up, all sorts of things. And one day, this lady decided to move on because the man will be able to beat her to death. So she decided, in order not for this man to go to prison for life, and her children being taken away and being taken care of maybe by the government, and she being sent to her early grave, she made that bold decision for both herself, her children, and her ex-husband. So she will move on and divorced him. Now, what happened? A lot of the times, men abroad, yeah, African men abroad, when you guys give birth with a woman or your ex-partners, yeah, and the marriage collapse, when you people are going, or when the marriage collapse, most of the times it is the women who takes the kids with them, yeah. So you men are to work and help halfway your ex-partners to look after your children. Nobody is asking you to look after your children 100%, because even when you people were together, or when couples are together, it is hand go, hand come. The woman does a bit and the man does his bit, yeah, in order to bring up the kids. So what happened is, this man, the lady divorced her husband and she moved on. She married him with her papers, with her documents, so he could have his right to remain in the country that they are based in, yeah. So after the divorce, do you know what this man does? Or a lot of African men, after the divorce, what they do is, you guys will be working either less hours, yeah, in order to skip paying child maintenance to your ex-wife or ex-partner to help support the upkeep of your own children, yeah. You will now go to the extent of getting another brother's document to work with, and you give your indefinite, that your wife, your document or your right to remain that your missus helped you to get in the country where you live, yeah. You then give your indefinite or whatever what's it called, whatever right you have to remain in the country that you live in, yeah. You then give your document to somebody else to be working part-time, yeah, whilst you are working with maybe 2 or 3 different identities, yeah, at 3 different companies, making huge amounts of money at the end of each month, yeah, or however you get paid, whether once every fortnight or once a week or once a month. You then give your original document to another brother who doesn't have, or who maybe doesn't have, his right to remain in wherever you guys are based, yeah, and you are working with 2 different identities, or sometimes 3 different identities. So when your ex-partner take you to the authorities, when your ex-partner take you to child maintenance department, that they should help her collect whatever your children you left with her are entitled for at the end of each month from your salaries, these people, the child maintenance department, are not able to collect even a penny for your ex-wife to help support the children that you gave birth with her. Yeah? I hope I'm communicating here. So you are being smart. You are trying to play smart. 1, you are a fraudster or a fraudulent, or you are just, I don't even know how to put it. I mean, your own partner, your ex-partner, who helped you for you to get your right to remain. Listen, I am based in the UK, so let me use UK, yeah? Your ex-partner who helped you, who literally went to the extra mile to get married to you so you can have your right to remain in the UK, that you have kids with. After the divorce, what do? You try to play smart on the government, on your children, and as well as on your ex-partner who actually helped you to become who you are today. You now gave your indefinite to another brother who is working only part-time, maybe 21 hours a week. So therefore, when your ex-partner takes you to the authorities, when your ex-partner takes you to child maintenance department, that they should help her get money from you to support your own children, your own blood upkeep, these people are not able to get even a penny from your salaries, because the hours registered on your original name is less hours. So maybe sometimes your children are, let's say when you work 20 hours a week, you earn maybe 300 to 400 pounds. They will say 3 or 4 kids with your ex-partner. Your ex-partner will only be entitled to maybe 60 pounds a month, or maybe 30 pounds and 45 pence a month. How is this fair? Where is this said? Where is this written? For crying out loud. You gave birth to these kids. They are equally your responsibilities, even after the divorce. Here you are, insulting your partner, insulting your ex-partner, dissing your ex-partner and her newfound love to people out there. Are you okay at all? African men, most African men, you people know you do this thing I'm talking about. Listen, it was about time that you stop this nasty game, because it's not even fun anymore. Your own children will end up growing and disliking you, because the children might have seen the emotional trauma you put their mom through, hence to the reason their mom had to divorce you. And after the divorce, you still wouldn't want to look after them. Or you literally think putting in money to the children directly is something you can stand on and say, I am looking after my kids. You giving your children once in a while money to the kids directly because you don't have nothing to do with your ex-wife again. You think that is good enough for a child to grow and say, oh, my dad used to take care of me or used to look after me. No. It is never said anywhere. After the divorce, these African men, most African men, especially here in the UK, start doing self-employment, maybe taxi driving, so they can give the forced hours that they are working to the government, claiming they do part-time. And these hours they declare to the government is what the government will based on and literally calculate and arrive at a little amount that should go to your ex-partner to help keep up of the kids. How is this fair? How is this fair? This is never said anywhere. Your ex-partner literally met you or brought you from Africa, got married to you. You got your right to remain in the UK, right to remain in the USA, right to remain in Holland, right to remain in Spain, Italy, name it. Right to remain wherever you guys are living. And you torture her, you bully her mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And this woman have to make this bold step by divorcing you. And after the divorce, you feel, oh, I'm going to show this lady Pepe. You think you can divorce me and get away with it? I will show you. And here you are. You work with 2 or 3 different identities that belong to other people. Yeah? And your very own indefinite, you have given it to another brother who is working Monday to Saturday, 21 hours, early morning cleaning. So when your ex-wife dragged you to the authorities, to the child maintenance department, that they should help collect the amount that your children are entitled to at the end of each month from their dad for their upkeep, what do they get? Their dad is not working enough hours. So the children are entitled to maybe £60 or perhaps £30 and 45 pence a month. How is this fair? Someone who married you, you did not even pay a dime. You did not even pay nothing. And you were still there bullying her. Literally hoping that she will live under your bullying till the day you kill her finally. No, women are not stupid anymore. The lady got fed up. She divorced her ex-husband. And what this man is doing to the lady is literally like making sure she is completely traumatized and actually taking whatsoever to kill herself or even killing herself. Taking her, like the man is trying heaven and earth to kill this woman by whatever he is doing. My brother that you are watching this video today, whatever you reap in this world, whatever you sow, you will definitely reap. Whatever you do to others, you will definitely be rewarded. Trust me, even on the day on your dying bed, even on that last day that you're about to die, you will definitely get your reward before you die. Do unto others what you want others or what you wish others to do unto you. Imagine you, this man, after the divorce, living with the kids, not being able to work full-time because you have to be the mom and dad for these kids. Yeah? and their mom refuses to give you the rightful amount to help keep up the children's needs, how would you feel? I bet you would have cursed this woman and even killed her with your curse by now. But since it's you think you can just do it and get away with it. Let me tell you something. This woman knows the names that you are working with, claiming it is you. She knows where you work with those false documents. It is just that she is not evil, or it has not gotten to that yet for her to call the immigration on you, for you to get arrested and deported to wherever you came from. Don't think you are too smart. There is a saying in my local language. Dako obesori ama aponche aboa aponche ache. Ubechia aboa aponche sa aponche me mawache. Oye ho se wiase weni ati bebra. Dako obesori ama aboa aponche ache. Why are some or most African men so wicked? The trauma you try to put women through. Have you thought about you coming from a woman? You were literally born by a woman. And here you are today, messing about with somebody else's daughter, or in the name of what? She shouldn't have divorced you. And I know some men, those that are shallow-minded, men who are literally bullying women. I know you guys will watch this video and insult me. Let me tell you, I don't give a hoot. The truth must be told. And I will always tell it as it is. You will watch this video and insult me simply because you are the same type of person that I'm talking about. Just because this speech is not going in your favor, you will sit in your houses, curse me, insult me, and say all sorts of things. But, this face, I'm not bothered. How on earth would somebody's daughter marry you free of charge without you having to pay a penny and gain your right to remain wherever you guys are living? And you want to kill her. You are literally physically beating her. And she make that bold step to help your behind from going to jail for life. And here you are today, thinking you can even frustrate her to her early grave. So this woman took her husband to the authorities. So she made a phone call, email, whatever she did, to the child maintenance department, gave her ex-husband's details to them, and to her surprise, they wrote her a letter that Mr. blah 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 is working blah 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 hours, which is part-time. So your children are entitled to £30 and 45 pence a month. Are you not even ashamed of yourself as a man? Don't you think you've even failed your children? The lady literally sent me a picture of the letter that the child maintenance department sent her. You must bow down your head in shame. To all these men out there who are doing such dodgy stuff, you've got to bow your heads down in shame. It is such a shameful act. And it is a pity that women would actually fall in love for your tricks and end up being traumatized and end up having to suffer. But you know what? There is this saying, at the end of every tunnel, there is a light. I strongly believe that one day, women in such situation that I am talking about today will laugh. Women who find themselves in such situation that I'm talking about today are going to smile one day. In fact, they are going to laugh out loud one day. And those bullying, those men, those bullies out there, one day you will cry for mercy. Your ex-wife got married to you for you to gain your right to remain in the UK or wherever, yeah? You did not pay her a dime. You have children with her. You are physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, sometimes even spiritually tormenting her, abusing her. And she decides not to be with you again because you might send her to her early grave and her children will be fatherless because you will be put into jail for life. And her children will be motherless because their mom has been beaten to death by their father. So in order for her children not to be mother and fatherless, she make that bold step for the family, for both you, the kids and herself. And here you are, maltreating her, making sure that the paper she married you to gain, you have given it to another brother who is working with it 21 hours a week. So your children will be entitled to a penny at the end of the month. I don't want to swear because in the other video that I did, you've got to bow your head down in shame. If you are a man and you are watching this video today and you are in that same position, you are doing this same shameful act to your ex-partner, you've got to bow your head down in shame. You are a disgrace. You don't even deserve to be called a father. And yet such men have the audacity to even walk about showing pictures on their face. Hey, these are my kids. Such men have got nerves, balls in between their legs to call their ex-wives names. Such men have got nerves to even chat another woman and trick them again into his nonsense. Get them pregnant and give birth with them again. Another victim. Such men like you. No man born by a woman is supposed to do this to a woman. No man born by a woman is supposed to maltreat a woman this way. No man born by a woman is supposed to be this wicked towards his own blood, towards his own children. No man born by a woman. I'm not going to sweat today because I think I've made my points very clear in the other video, the first video that I did in our local language. No man born by a woman is supposed to maltreat a woman. No man born by a woman. After the divorce, this man will be in the house, refusing to move out of the house for the wife and kids to live in, simply because he feels he bought the mortgage or both of them bought the mortgage. So if anybody have to move out, it should be the woman. Hello. If anybody is supposed to move out of the house, it should be you, the man, who is going empty-handed. Because if your ex-wife is leaving the house, she is leaving with maybe a child or 2 children, 3, maybe 4 or 5. No man born by a woman is supposed to maltreat a woman. And then these wicked men, despite everything they are doing to somebody else's daughter, when they hear their sisters, their mothers, their cousins, whatever is going through the same thing by another man, they get upset. Hey, clap for yourself. You are being wicked towards somebody else's daughter, but you get upset when another man is being wicked towards your sister, your mom, your auntie, your whatever, or perhaps your own daughter. Clap for yourself. Bow your head down in shame. Stop working with other people's documents. Work with your own documents. Do your rightful hours with your very own documents, so the government can actually give your children their entitlement from their dad's salaries, because that is the exact same reason, or that is the main reason the government even issued you your right to remain. Stop being a bully. Stop bullying the government. Stop bullying your children, and stop bullying your ex-wife. Stop it. It was about time that women, if you know your ex-partner, your ex-husband is doing such foolish thing, such nonsense act, call the immigration for them. It was about time, or else forever they will keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, and they will always get away with it. This topic that I am preaching about, talking about today, that I am treating today, it is happening a lot within our African communities. It is happening a lot. Somebody needs to say it, and I have said it. It was about time that such act stops. It needs to stop with immediate effect. Stop bullying the government. Stop bullying your ex-partners, and stop bullying your very own children. It is not right. My name still remains Linda Mamea Aframia Ampedu. Sorry guys,